Aloha, my name is Kim Coco Iwamoto. I'm a candidate in State District 25, which goes from Ala Moana through Kakaʻako and ends in downtown around Fort Street Mall. I've been meeting with our neighbors throughout the district for the last 4 years. I've been going door to door and in many cases building to building. I've been hosting sidewalk talks and coffee talks, and I've been asking every neighbor, what are some of your concerns and your hopes for our district? And this is what they've shared with me. First of all, we have a crisis of housing insecurity throughout the district. We have condo owners who are facing skyrocketing insurance premiums. We have kupuna who are in affordable housing, but their rents keep going up, like sometimes 15% every 2 years. And Oʻahu only has 1 temporary shelter bed for every 2 unsheltered people. So this is an epidemic that crosses class, it crosses economics. It is something that, what we know is that 56% of residents in Hawaii are paying more than 30% of their income in housing. And actually 28% are paying more than 50% of their income in housing. That's not sustainable. And what we're finding out is that it's resulting in people cutting into their food budget. So now 1 out of every 3 households are food insecure. They don't know where they're going to get their next meal from. That's not okay. Not when we have luxury high rises popping up every other month. So we can do a lot better for the residents in Hawaii. One of the things I want to do is to make sure that we have an empty home surcharge, that the state is collecting the revenue being denied to them because we have foreign investors buying up property all over the state. As you may know, 40% of all private property in Hawaii is owned by out-of-state investors. And it's resulted in Hawaii having over 70,000 empty dwellings that are just left vacant. And it's just solely so that somebody who is not even a resident of Hawaii can make a profit. Meanwhile, we have, individuals who are houseless, individuals who are living paycheck to paycheck, afraid of slipping into homelessness. So if we were to collect an empty home surcharge, and the concept behind this is when our neighbors in the district who live in the district leave their dwelling, go into the community, they might get their nails done, they might go grocery shopping, they might eat at the local restaurant, and they're creating jobs. They're paying GET or general excise tax. So the state is actually collecting state revenue, which then pays for the state infrastructure. But what happens when foreign investors buy up private property in our district, they actually deny the state the ability to recapture some of the state revenue used to pay for the infrastructure. If there was no infrastructure, this out-of-state investor would never be able to make a profit by buying and selling their condo or their home in Hawaii. And so this is why we need to collect that revenue. On my website, you can find a petition. I am calling on the legislature to convene a special session to deal with housing insecurity specifically. Remember, we had a special session to raise funds for rail. We had a special session to legalize same-sex marriage. Housing insecurity is a crisis that we must deal with now before it gets even worse. And we could do that if the legislature calls a special session to deal with condo insurance skyrocketing. The premiums are going up, in some cases 1,200%. Kupuna who are afraid of being in affordable housing, and that's their last stop. And then finally, we need to do more about our unsheltered neighbors who are living on sidewalks and in parks. The petition, you can find it on my website, which is vote.kimcoco.com, and that's KIMCOCO.com. Please sign the petition. Please tell your friends who you may live in the district. Please tell your friends who may live in Ala Moana, Kakaʻako, or downtown to consider voting for me in this primary. Thank you so much.
Aloha mai Kakaʻako. My name is Carole Kauhiwai Kaapu, and I'm a candidate for the State House of Representatives, District 29, Kalihi Valley and Kapalama Heights. I'm on Neighborhood Board 14 and on the Lanakila Multipurpose Senior Center Advisory Board. I was raised in this district, attending Maʻimaʻi Elementary and Kamehameha schools. I've lived and worked here for decades, first working for New Hope Oʻahu, then at the legislature, Kamehameha schools, and now for Kalihi Union Church as the Director of Operations. Our neighborhood is very special and unique. We're diverse and multicultural. We come from many backgrounds and we work together for the good of our families and our community. I've worked at the legislature for over a decade, most recently as a senior policy analyst in the House, so I'm familiar with writing, reviewing, and evaluating legislation and how the legislature is run. My goal is to serve our community and support traditional family values in our government. I'm a woman of faith who loves God and loves the people of Hawaii. When I first started this journey into government, I saw that the people on my street have no voice in the legislature. They are busy working and raising families. They don't have time to testify for or against bills that will change their lives. I'm running to be the voice of the people of Kalihi and Kapalama in the lawmaking process, to speak up against laws that raise the cost of living or break down families, to give perspective on how bills will impact my neighbors negatively or positively. When I'm elected, I will be a strong advocate for the working families I represent. From kupuna to keiki, I will be your voice. I humbly ask for your vote and for your support in the upcoming elections. If you'd like more information or to contact me, please check out my website, carolekaapu.org. That's CAROLEKAAPU.org. Or on social media, Instagram, it's Carole Kaapu, and don't forget, it's Carole with an E. On Twitter, X, it's @Carole Kaapu, and on Facebook, it's Carole K. Kaapu. I'm so honored to represent my neighbors on Neighborhood Board 14 and to look forward to serving you as your representative in the State House for District 29, Kalihi Valley and Kapalama Heights. Aloha.